No Greens leader has ever agreed to come on this show. I'm too evil or they're too scared. Today, that changes. Richard Di Natale took over the Greens leadership 4 months ago, promising to make it more pragmatic. And he joins me now. Thank you so much for your time. What signal are you sending?
I don't think this guy is used to being on TV or getting this kind of attention. Arms are in, elbows in, hands together, tight smile. Everything screams, I'm stressed.
By coming on this show that every other Greens leader is banned.
And he literally moves like a pendulum. Oh, his guard is up. He's in a fortress in his mind.
Bill Shorten won't come on.
Well, maybe they've got more sense than I do. Look, what better way of spending Father's Day than...
You see his hands come up, they come out, but his elbows stay in. So it's like a little penguin move or a T-Rex move. I'm going to let this play for a little bit, and then we're going to skip to the end and see if he actually relaxes. Or maybe this is just a bad interviewer.
Talking to you, Andrew.
No, but you are sending a signal here, and I wonder what it is. For example, I think it seems to me your aim, right, is to replace Labor as the main party of the left.
No. I mean, we...
No. Head rolls around, negative head shake, body rolls around. Avoidance of eye contact, eyes drop. He's being accused of trying to take over. You're going to be the new left. Oh, no. When you think of a plan, like you disagree with whatever party and you're going to make your own party or whatever it is. Let's use cake. Less controversial. Blah, blah, blah always makes yellow cake. Not everybody likes yellow cake. Some people are allergic to yellow cake. And you decided, you know what? I'm going to make me chocolate cake. And, if they want to eat the chocolate cake, that's fine. But I'm not real happy with the yellow cake. And then somebody comes up to you after you've made this chocolate cake, and quite a few people like it, and accuses you of trying to take over the cake making industry. One, it's flattering because your cake is that good. And two, it'd be like, yeah, the #1 spot would be nice. Which is the same mentality of this guy. It's flattering. They like my ideas. It would be great to be the #1 spot. And that's why you see that roll around. It's like a little toying thing. Yeah, shy, eyes drop. Don't want to really confront what that could be or mean to the other side or the same side. But it's flattering.
I don't see the world in those terms. You might. Our aim is to give people another option. And whether they be Labor voters, Liberal voters, former Democrat voters, Palmer voters, it doesn't matter. You stand up on behalf of what you believe, good policy, and the rest takes care of itself.
Yeah, but the Labor scene...
So you see his shoulder. One shoulder goes back. It's real quick. And he sits up at the same time. Head goes up too. I've answered that in an appropriate way where I am not going to be chastised.
Is you as a great threat, of course, on its left, and has gone to the left a bit to try to, address that. You don't see yourself edging out Labor as the natural home of voters of the left?
I think, as I said when I took on the leadership, we are the natural home of progressive mainstream voters. A lot of those progressive mainstream people are Liberal voters. Many of them are Labor voters. In the end, if you get trapped into this sort of left, right, this is where we sit on the political spectrum, I think you're not doing what you're there to do, and that is to try and put the national interest first.
He is starting to loosen up, and it'd actually take us forever to get to the end. When you see him, he's putting points down. His body is moving with each point that he makes. He's giving good eye contact. Oh, no, I may not actually agree with anything of his policies or rhetoric. I may agree with a few of them. But regardless, he seems like a pretty honest guy when it comes to his own view of the world via his belief system.
My view is stand up on behalf of the values you believe are important, good policy, and the politics just takes care of itself.
And he's really starting to loosen up. Even the arms are coming out. Seems like an honest guy. I'm an American, though, so if I hear the word progressive or liberal, the hairs on my back stand up like some kind of rabid dog or cat. Like, ugh. What bike lock do you have to attack me with? I realize it doesn't translate to the rest of the world.
But besides, it also seems to be a reaction to the sort of ultra-tribalism of previous leaders, without naming anyone, but, that it's all a club and you don't break out, you don't negotiate with Tony Abbott, for example.
Oh, well...
You've changed that.
Well, we've done that in the past as well. I think that's...
Not to this extent.
Well, when you've got something like the Medical Research Future Fund, I don't know why you wouldn't support a positive initiative. I don't care if it comes from Tony Abbott or from Bill Shorten. It was a decent initiative. It was important to come out and support it. And I think your job there...
That was actually really interesting. Supporting Abbott. He's looking around. He's thinking mentally in his mind. You see him swaying. The body's reaction of getting hit with something that, oh, I don't particularly dislike Abbott. I don't know how to respond because what in the world did I do that would be controversial? So you see like a quick mental dig. And he's doing it so loudly, it's actually translating throughout his entire body. And then he finds it. Oh, yes. Whatever agreement that was. Yeah, why wouldn't we? I actually agree with some of that. You see when he switches over to that, to what he actually agreed on, why wouldn't we? He gives that good eye contact again. He goes back to, oh, yeah, I'm safe. I don't have to try and dig my way out of a hole. There is no hole.
Is to make sure you support good policy and put the politics to one side.
Now, I think you've missed the chance to distinguish yourself, because I do think, you know, when you're competing for Labor left-wing voters, your first aim is to knock off Labor. That's what I would have thought. And I think you missed the chance to make a clear distinction, and an important one, between you and Labor, and that's with Dyson Heydon. He heads the Royal Commission of Union Corruption.
Yeah, you watch his hands. He's squeezing his thumb together between his two fingers. He's just a stressful guy. This is a stressful interview. It's like everything is on the line. I'm going to assume that this is a big station in Australia, or at least gets a good amount of views. So this is like a make or break moment. I don't want to look like a buffoon. I am an honest guy, and I don't trust the individual in front of me. And this individual has not done a very good job of helping him to relax. All right, we're skipping to the back.
Of that Syrian boy who drowned trying to get to Greece from Turkey. Doesn't this show you the danger of the sort of relaxed border policies that the Greens promote?
Oh, God, really? Is that how you see? Oh, well, you've got a 3-year-old kid being dragged out of the water because they're dead. Okay, you've got more people moving across the planet than at any other time in human history. We've got countries right around the world saying, look, we're going to have to provide these people with some help and refuge because this is a crisis. And you want to turn your back on people in that fleeing that persecution? Well,
but I don't want to encourage more of what we're seeing.
What we do here in Australia is not going to make an iota of difference to the people fleeing Syria right now. Not an iota of difference. And
but the family wasn't fleeing Syria.
We have an opportunity to
take... But that family, you mentioned a 3-year-old boy.
We have an opportunity to take...
He's still closed off. Elbows in, arms in. And this kind of makes me nervous. It's really not that long of an interview to sit there and go, oh, this is definitive. But about this time, I would expect him to loosen up a little bit. And he's giving this argument and not opened himself up to any other argument outside. The belief system is taken over. And he's not only defending his own mentality from outside attacks, he's defending his mentality from outside ideas. If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.